Every time number 9 touches the ball, there is a buzz in this arena. What a start for Bronny. Rips the two-way player for the Lakers. Bronny's got it. 2 more. Run. And Jarkel Joyner's got 8 points off the bench. Here's Bronny. Isolated against Gay. Finger roll.
Nah, that's crazy. ClowdyWorld, and today, man, we're talking about this man Bronny James and how he just had an amazing summer league game, dog. After we just saw that man Jaylen Brown kind of throwing some shade on him and helping the Lakers get their first win with no doubting Kinect. So Bronny James just had 12 points. He went 5 for 11, shot 2 for 5 and a 3, had a steal. Now, we've been hearing a lot of speaking and chatter over what his gameplay has been recently, bro. And there's people that are even hating, talking about we feel the same still as in the pro. They're trying to act like, you know, double digits points isn't something impressive or any love. But you know what I'm about to say to that, bro? Why do y'all sound so bitter, man? I've been hearing a lot of people just speak so strongly on this young player just following his dreams and trying to make things happen, man. And people trying to speak as if a 55 pick would even put these numbers up is really laughable. And it kind of shows not the dumbness or anything like that, but a lot of ignorance that a lot of basketball players and a lot of basketball watchers have, is that they don't realize how many players aren't that good. Now, you have to understand, to even average 5 points in the NBA, meaning you were an literal all country McDonald's, like you were doing your thing, bro. To even be averaging 5 points in the league, it was usually those 15 per game, 20 points per game, 25 points per game. In college, high school players, like, these people aren't just your average players. And I know that's something that people want to say, is because even the worst NBA player could clamp an entire team of high school best players in there. And I'm so serious, bro. Like, even the worst NBA player could clamp even the best player in your city non-professionally, bro. And people don't understand that type of stuff, bro. Like, he's literally a pro, man. And it's kind of weird that hating on the 55th pick, bro, is what we're doing, especially after someone who just recovered from a heart attack. Now, what rookies besides Reed Shippert or Terrence Shannon have showed you that they're even ready to compete outside of Bronny, bro? And it's crazy because people out here are still trying to hate, bruh. It's shining through, bro. It's shining through. People out here talking about 12 points in the G League, but the second overall just went 0 for 15 with 0 points. Like, let's really call it out now, man. I usually am pretty calm with this stuff, but let's really talk about it. 0 for 15. Second overall pick, by the way, and he's getting way less attention than Bronny, and we know why, bro. People keep trying to have this argument where they love playing it both ways, where they're saying that, well, Bronny's the son of LeBron James, he's been given this situation maybe fairly, maybe unfairly. We have to look at him and break down things in a little bit more of a in-depth look. He deserves a little bit more spotlight. Okay, cool. But then they try to sweep under the rug when there's people that are literally first round top 5 picks playing terrible, not even getting a mention in the news. And it starts to make you understand, okay, now I get what we're doing. We're just moving the goalpost every single time anything has to do with LeBron James, anything has to do with the Lakers, anything has to do with Bronny. And once we as NBA fans realize that we move the goalpost when they're superstar caliber players, the sooner we can have a reasonable in-depth discussions. Because the second overall, I'm gonna say it again, the second overall, bro, 0 for 15, man. Now, everyone wants to, you know, at one point not the best at ball, bro. Everyone at one point wasn't the best. But I really want to give some love to this man Bronny, because I want to see him succeed, man. He needed a little bit of that pressure, bro. And a lot of people understand that LeBron was one of those people too, where sometimes some people literally need a little bit of that pressure, bro. And I get that, bro. And I feel like sometimes I can see when people come from where they say that he's been lacking the drive or motivation, kind of like his dad who used to push him. And sometimes we all need a little nudge or reminder to keep us going, bro. And I get that, because you don't know what's going on in his life, bro. Sometimes I get it. We've all been up, we've all been down, but sometimes we have to be understandful that people can be mentally drained. And I get you're gonna have a bunch of people in the comments that act like that doesn't matter, but when you've had a long day of work and you have that 10 seconds where you just take one of those big breaths and you just feel the weight of everything, whether it washes over you, whether you keep feeling it, everyone's had those moments, dog. Sometimes things get heavy, and I feel like that man Bronny hasn't really had a chance to really slow it down, man. And people out here were talking about he's the worst player in the summer league. Alex R, the call is coming from in the building. It's coming from in the building, man. People are gonna be trying to call this man Alex R versus Bronny James. Stop it, stop it. If Alex R is even compared to Bronny James, who's having high productivity, if he has a high productivity season and they're still compared, Alex R will be the biggest bust, because for a second rounder to be having a good consistent, let's say 13 points per game season, if you're matching that as a second round, as a second pick, bro, that's not good. And I feel like, especially on his role on the Lakers, where he's gonna have a reduced role in general because there's so many heavy hitting players, I just want to say, bro, it's interesting. Now I want to see what this rookie of the year race goes like, because man, oh man, bro, man, oh man, bro. I love to see what happens, bro. Now, a few months before, you know, the cardiac arrest, I'm never gonna forget how that man Bronny was playing, bro. I'm never gonna pretend like I didn't see it. I'm never gonna act as if I wasn't seeing this man Bronny James play ecstatic, bro. And I feel like that's something we gotta acknowledge, bro, that this injury had a strong and major effect on Bronny's future. And I understand a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that, or they try not to like give it what it really needs to be heard, because, you know, we all have to go through life where we can't make excuses. But if there's ever a real excuse that should be acknowledged, bro, in my opinion, it's gotta be a little bit of that cardiac arrest, y'all. I get it. We were all there. We remember when that man Bronny James was ecstatic, bro. We remember when he was dropping numbers like nobody's business, bro. Like, I remember seeing it, bro. I remember it, bro. I remember it vividly. And I'm not saying it as if I don't respect or have no care for that man Bronny. I'm just saying, like, bro, I remember when I was seeing this man dropping numbers like no tomorrow, and I remember it because it wasn't that far ago. And so when I see this man Bronny James starting to get that leap back, I'm very happy, bro. And it's almost funny because when we talk about Jaylen Brown, I am a very big Jaylen Brown supporter. I love what he's trying to do for the city of Boston. If you don't know, the average median household income of the average Boston family that's not melanated is almost 400,000, and the black one is less than 3 digits. He sees a really big, really good disparity. Whether that disparity is based on income or whatever, not the argument. Just that he sees a large disparity and he wants to help the city of Boston. I see that. I see him winning the finals MVP. I see what he's doing. He's doing very big things and very positive things. You won't hear me speak very negatively on Jaylen Brown, especially with the Olympic snub. It's a lot for the average Jaylen Brown fan to root for. But I will acknowledge that, bro, I get it was a private conversation, but we have to understand that in this video age, sometimes stuff gets like that. And I respect that he apologized and let it be known that he has no hate on him in an individual level. That was a personal convo between two people. Might I add, that was 40 times zoomed in that the league literally went back through and got word for word. But yeah, there's not some agenda against Jaylen Brown, I guess. So whatever. But I really want to acknowledge that and say that when I see Bronny James elevating, when I see him do, I want to see him really excel. When we look at the first 3 summer league games of Jaylen Brown's career versus the first summer league games of Bronny's career, you start seeing some interesting things. That man actually has one more field goal than Jaylen. So when a lot of these older dudes speak on, you know, the future or the past and things like that, it's not to have hate on them, but it is to say this: sometimes they don't always have all the right answers either. But ClowdyWorld, and I really want to know you all's thoughts overall about not just the Jaylen Bronny situation, not just this game where Bronny put up some good numbers, but what do you all think can really help Bronny get to that next level? And do you think that the league and the media is being too hard on him? Are they just right, or are they not doing enough? ClowdyWorld, and let me know you all's thoughts and likes in the comment section. ClowdyWorld, we gone.